So I'm fairly confident I'm the last person on BookTube to have read Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. My apologies, everyone. Ransom Riggs has been on my radar for a while now, particularly after he appeared in a Vlogbrothers video. And really, if John Green loves him, how could I not check out his work? And a fateful trip to my library's biannual book sale allowed Mr. Riggs and I to meet at long last. And what I found certainly warranted the excitement sparking around this book. Jacob Portman leads a straight and narrow life. He's a rich kid with few friends and a guaranteed, though rather beige, life mapped out for him. He has a special connection with his grandfather Abe, a World War II veteran who once regaled him with the fantastical stories of the orphanage that saved him, and of the peculiar children who lived there and became his second family. One night, Jacob finds his grandfather brutalized by what could only be a creature born from nightmares. With his last dying breath, the old man leaves Jacob with muddled bits of information that point back to the orphanage and its mysterious director, Miss Peregrine. After months of therapy and many fights with the parentals, Jacob and his father embark on a journey to a remote island off the coast of Wales that holds the ruins to Abe's infamous orphanage. However, Jacob finds far more than a broken building and aimless sheep in this isolated world. In fact, the same peculiar children from the 1940s may be alive and accounted for. Mr. Riggs has crafted a novel that is one part dark and strange horror action, one part murder mystery, and one part time travel portal fantasy in this pretty package. I've described it to a few people as a whole lot of X-Men meets a touch of supernatural once you get into the thick of the story. I was a little surprised by how dark the novel gets at times, mainly because I was expecting it to be more on the weird and wonderful side of the fantasy spectrum. No complaints there, it was more that the horror elements caught me off guard. One of the cooler aspects of this novel is the fact that Riggs incorporated actual photographs into his work. The image on the front cover, and the photos on the back here are just a few examples of the photos that Riggs used as inspiration for his peculiar children. I love the idea of finding stories among the forgotten photographs of strangers, and it adds a bit of a romantic note to the book as well, especially given that these are real photos that either Riggs found or his friends have collected. It's a touch of fact mixed with fiction, and I approve. But really, people from the past have taken bizarre, unexplainable photos, I have learned. Also, Riggs and the editorial staff at Quirk Books did a lovely job with their page turns. I hate looking back and forth in books to look at photos that are mentioned on different pages of text. But here, the page turns take you to the creepiest and weirdest photos, and it only helps to enhance the writing. Nice touch. I did find that the end of the book unfolded a little quickly for my tastes. There was so much build-up with Jacob dealing with his grandfather's death and traveling to Wales, and in uncovering the secrets of Miss Peregrine's orphanage. And then it turned into an action novel with swimming and shooting and near drowning and apparently spoilers. On the flip side, Riggs leaves his ending open for more adventures, and I'm sure many a reader were happy with his follow-up book, Hollow City, which came out just in January. For his use of peculiar photography in his dark fantasy fiction, I gave Riggs 4 out of 5 stars for this book. Once again, novels of this kind prove that YA fiction should not be missed by adults, and it shouldn't be missed by you either. Signing off.